Hello everybody, what's going on? I'm so sorry. That first video cut. Apparently my phone is full and I gotta empty out my phone on the laptop so I can make more room. Yeah, so this is just a continuation from that last video. So thank you guys so much for joining me. So basically, I was just talking about envy, jealousy, how these people will be jealous of you for any reason. You don't have to do anything specific. Just you being you, you shining your light, you taking a hold of your talents, you, like I said, just being you. So what does that mean? I guess that's too bad for them, because you're not going to stop being you. I know I'm never going to stop being me. These people can hate me all they want. Like, they've been hating me. They've been provoking me. They will, I'm sure, continue to until the day that I move out, which will be very soon. Y'all keep me prayed up. All right. But you know what I mean? It's all about just keeping the victorious vibes and staying positive and just knowing what it is. But again, like I was saying in that last video before it cut, to you young people, please, pray for the spirit of discernment, your spiritual radar, your narcissistic radar, it's real dangerous out here. And, you just have to be very, very aware of who's around you. And, sometimes if you got to roll by yourself, then you roll by yourself. Those of you who, most people who know me know that I roll by myself. If my girls can't go and my girls are not available or whatnot, I'm gone by myself. You know what I mean? And I'm very aware of when I go out, how I carry myself. And a lot of times when I end up going out by myself, I'm not by myself, because I end up seeing people that I know anyways, or as soon as I walk in, it's like, Nikki, it's like, hey, walk one, you know what I mean? So I end up not being by myself anyway. So, it's just, that's what it is. It's about the confidence and just walking with your head high and just walking with that good energy. And once you have good energy, people are going to gravitate to you. Good people will gravitate to you, as well as narcissistic ones too. But again, that's where the spirit of discernment comes in. That's where prayer comes in. You got to pray nonstop. And, especially when people do come into your life, you got to pray and ask, what is their purpose? Ask God to reveal that purpose. Now is the time to really just have purpose-driven people in your life. Purpose-driven people who are going to add to your life, people who are going to encourage you, people who are going to help you build, people who are going to be happy for you when you are successful, when good things happen, just like you are when good things happen. Unfortunately, Shanquella surrounded herself around people who clearly are not happy, people who are clearly not, taking a hold of their own gifts and talents, because if they were, then they wouldn't be jealous of her. Shanquella Robinson was a businesswoman, at the age of 25. She was established. She did hair. She did children's hair, and was quite talented at it as well. And so, she had herself going, from what I understand as well, her net worth was like $520,000, like $520K. Like she was building up herself, and she was doing very well for a 25-year-old. And from what I understand as well, allegedly she paid for most of that trip to Mexico. Because just like me, I would do the same thing with my friends. If it's my friend's birthday or whatnot, you ain't going to pay for it as long as I have the money or whatnot. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to take care of you. And that sounds like the type of friend that Shanquella was. But unfortunately, she didn't have that reciprocated friendship, the whole time. I mean, how could you really, really be that diabolical to plan a trip outside the country thinking that you're going to get away with beating up somebody or deleting, it's just diabolical. And then you come back and you concoct this plan that it was alcohol poisoning. Now, another point I want to bring out in terms of diabolical is this. I'm not a medical doctor or whatnot, but I've done my one too. And from what I understand, the injuries that Shanquella sustained in terms of spinal cord injury and the symptoms of it, and not being able to talk and certain things, the vertebrae of the neck being severed and whatnot. Apparently, and surprisingly, the symptoms of alcohol poisoning and a broken back are similar from the little that I've gathered. Now, the symptoms of alcohol poisoning from the video that I watched, she was saying that the symptoms mirror that of a spinal cord injury. Now, the diabolical part comes in. Now, who really thought of that and went that far to say and to think of that perhaps if we say she had alcohol poisoning, the symptoms are very similar, so they're not going to necessarily know. Now, how could they think that there would not be an autopsy? And then allegedly, when the doctor that came to treat Shanquella apparently was told or urged not to bring the young lady to the hospital. I don't know the details on that. That's another alleged part of the story as well. That would further support the fact that they weren't her friends. They weren't her friends. People who don't want you on the earth and don't want you to exist are not your friends. Okay? People that would body slam you by the neck, internally decapitating you and breaking your spine, and then calling the ambulance after, not your friend. It's a psychopath. Okay? Complete psychopaths. Okay? There's pure narcissism in this story. There is psychopathic tendencies as well, and probably sociopathic. Again, I'm not a doctor, but again, I ain't dumb. The bit that I've researched, I could see the behaviors there. I mean, the straight narcissism in terms of lack of empathy, lack of having a heart. How could you delete and off somebody and then go sit down and eat and drink with their people them and cry and act like you ain't got nothing to do with it? Evil, narcissistic, able to put on the mask, able to act and pretend, put on the Real Acting Academy Award. But you know what? Justice for Shanquella. Thank you, Lord Almighty. But the power of social media, everything could be used for good and evil. And in this case, the power of social media has been used for the absolute good. Because in terms of good news to this Shanquella Robinson case is that there has been an arrest warrant issued from in Mexico. There has, in fact, been an arrest warrant issued. In terms of who it is for, it is alleged that it may be Dejanay Jackson, the one who was seen in the video attacking Shanquella. And, obviously Shanquella was asked, aren't you going to fight back? She said no, because she didn't want to fight back. That's like when my ex-best friend of 13 years and her daughter wanted to fight me. I didn't want to fight them. When it's your friend and you have a heart and you're the real person, you don't want to fight your friend. Period, point blank. So, that's, I guess, the headspace that Shanquella was in. She must have been in complete shock that this is happening. Defenseless. She was naked, vulnerable. Again, like I said in the last video, she may have felt comfortable being naked because there has been videos surfaced that she went skinny dipping and she wanted them to go skinny dipping, and that's why the video surfaced of her looking for her friends and talking about it doesn't take y'all that long to get naked, because that apparently indicates that she wanted to go skinny dipping and she wanted them to go with her. And then the next video that has surfaced as well is her skinny dipping by herself. And then she puts in the caption, skinny dipping by myself, what a blast, or whatnot, indicating to that. And then another video has surfaced recently, I think it was today, of Shanquella sleeping in a hammock. I think it's called a hammock. And apparently some words were uttered. And the certain words that were uttered match up to what happened to her. So, I mean, come on, man. It's just sheer wickedness. All we could do is just pray for justice. So far, so good. Like I said, I'm happy to report that an arrest warrant has been issued and extradition plans have been put in place to extradite that person back to Mexico. So these people think that they can run, but they can't hide. You know, justice, like I said, the power of social media and all the blogs, everybody who's been on this has hashtagging the FBI and whatnot, has really encouraged an investigation to be opened up, because these people would have swept it under the rug. They could have gotten away with it as alcohol poisoning if it wasn't for social media and, you know, the parents pushing and saying, no, nothing to go, sir. Go deeper than that. We know our daughter. Talking about she had alcohol poisoning when they didn't even find that in the autopsy. The autopsy clearly stated that she died from severe injury, spinal cord injury and laceration, which is a broken neck. So basically internally decapitated. Now, whatever time she was alive between the time that happened and the time that she died, I can't imagine the pain, the sheer pain, physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain. She must have been seeing her maker, the light, you know what I mean? Must have been seeing the light. Like, man, like I said, rest in peace to her. God will bring her justice. It's already happening. And my main message in this video, like I said, is this, you know, fire upon bad mind. You guys know my message. That's what I've been talking about. I've been talking about my narcissistic neighbors, and I'm telling you guys right now that if anything, God forbid, if anything happens to me, let the first suspects be 42, 38, 44, 50, okay, 46, and I know those numbers aren't in order, but that's for the judge to figure out, because obviously I ain't gonna give away all the, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But those are the numbers, yeah, that they need to investigate. For specifically 42 first and 38, because they already tried to partner up with me and fight me, the two of them, and one of them came out with a shovel. Specifically 42 tried to come with a shovel in the backyard. There's video of that. You guys could check, you know, scroll down and you know, watch all my, if you scroll down, you'll see all those videos. Yeah. Yeah, how they try to come at me in my backyard. I was chilling in my backyard, chilling, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Chilling, relaxing myself. And, you know, 42, you know, decides to try come with her big ass, list tongue, ugly, disgusting, serpent, satanic mouth. You know, suck mouth after me. And, you know, and then the next one started in. So I had to just be on them, like, go back inside your house. Like, nobody was talking to you. I was out here minding my... Like I said, the narcissism, okay? So if anything happens to me, or God forbid it goes down and I got to defend myself, let these video documentations be evidence. You know what I mean? Just like Shanquella Robinson, there was video evidence of what happened. So let all my videos and whatnot, and when I talk about this, be a video documentation, just in case, God forbid, there is a case, court case, and I have to defend myself, or... They try, you know what I mean? I mean, just let it be known. Okay, because when narcissists are in your life, you know what I mean, at least people know what go on from before. Okay, so all right, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Just give my feelings and my opinions on it, just knowing that it ties into exactly what I talk about on this channel. Fire burn bad mind, fire burn all narcissistic, bad mind, wicked, callous, cancerous, demonically possessed, without God, don't know any good, evil, traumatized, don't want to get therapy to heal, don't want to call on Jesus and God to heal them, disgusting, demonically possessed Jezebel people. Okay? So, I mean, it's just very sad. Very, very sad. So, with that being said, let's embrace life. Unfortunately, her life was cut short. And I take her life as an inspiration. She was a young woman, and now she's not here, so I just take it as an inspiration to me, like, at least I'm still alive, by the grace of God. And it just reminds me how precious life is, and that, I mean, I'm 44. Shanquella was only 25. She's never going to see 26, 27, 28. She's never going to be able to celebrate her 30th birthday, which is usually, a big milestone. So, it really touched me in a way why I had to talk about it. Just like, many millions across the world, who have a heart. And I have my own story, as you guys know, with my ex-best friend, or one of my best friends, ex-best friends, who was my ex-best friend. And her daughter, who used to babysit my children, physically fought me. So I can really relate to the Judas thing, the betrayal, the hurt, the pain. It was a bag of them on her. In my case, it was just her and her daughter, but it is what it is. But anyways, victorious vibes, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video just now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with the little trial and tribulation there. I'm gonna fix up my phone so we make all the room and ting, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So you guys stay prayed up, stay victorious, big up and respect.